Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing good out there. Today's video is just a quick one with a couple examples of how to get through 4-6 here. There's no notes to take today, so just use this to follow along with a couple of problems that I show you here, and then use what we do to complete the rest of the assignment on your own today. Alright, so instructions for our first section here are so we want to write an inequality that represents each practical problem or real world problem that we can see with inequalities. So that's part A, is to write the inequality, and part B is to solve the inequality, showing all your steps. Need to show all your steps always. And then we use the solution to help us answer the question. So for the first one here, Brett has a $30 online gift voucher. He plans to buy as many books as he can. The cost of each book is $4. Excuse me. There is also a single shipping charge of $2. How many books can he afford without spending more than his gift voucher amount? Alright, so here's where we want to start. We want to figure out the values we need to use. So obviously we have $30. So the cost of each book here is $4, so that's going to be important here, and a single shipping charge of $2. So we want to use this to create an inequality that can represent this problem. So first of all, we need to take a look at what the total is. So he has $30 to spend here, right? So that's what we can be up to equal to, maybe less than, maybe greater than. We're going to figure that out as we go. So now the cost of each book is $4, so that's going to be our rate. So $4 per book, so that one is going to be what goes with our variable. Let's call it B for book. And then the single shipping charge of $2 is something that he only has to pay once, so we're not going to multiply that by anything here. So what we're going to do is use the information we have here to set up this inequality. So remember, we're using B for books, so each book is costing $4, so we're going to call this 4B, $4 per book. Now plus the one-time shipping charge of $2, and then we need this to be less than or equal to, well, he only has $30 to spend, so we want to know he can buy up to how many books in order to not go over his $30 limit. Alright, so now once we have our inequality, we want to rewrite it over here or on your paper. And now we're going to use our inequality steps to solve this thing. So we've got take away 2, since 2 is being added to our stuff here. We get 4b is less than or equal to 30 minus 2 is 28. And finally, we need to divide by 4. And that is going to give us b, the number of books he can get, is less than or equal to 7. So he can buy up to 7 books with his gift card and not go over the amount. So the answer is the number of books he can buy is less than or equal to 7. Alright, so use that as an example and try to get through the rest of these 5 on the front on your own. And then we're going to move to the next page. So for these, they're kind of all the same here. Just follow the directions on what we're looking for, but we'll go through an example here for number 6. So we want to identify each of the problems here that is either an expression or an equation or an inequality. So we want to write the letters A through H, so all of these guys here, into each box to correspond to what it is. So we're going to go over A together here. So we're just taking a look at the sentence or the symbol and seeing what it's going to be. So for A here, we notice we have an inequality symbol. That is a less than or equal to sign there. So since it's an inequality, we're going to put A into this box here. And I've done that one. So now we're going to continue on here by identifying each one of these and placing the letter in the correct box it goes in. Alright, and then so for number 7 here, kind of the same thing as number 6, but a little bit different, because this is asking us if we're going to switch or not switch our inequality sign. So once again, I'll walk us through A here. So remember, the key to seeing if we're going to switch our sign is if we divide or multiply by a negative to solve our inequality here. So for A, we take a look and we notice that in order to solve this, we would have to divide by 2. So since we are dividing by 2 and not dividing by a negative there, then A is going to be a no switch situation there. So that is how we're going to do number 7. And then finally number 8 here. So you need to do the rest of B through H on your own. And then for part 8, question 8, we need to identify each number below that is part of the solution set for this inequality here. So I'm going to go over the hard part with you here. So we could plug in each of these values and compare it to C, but there's an easier way where we don't have to keep plugging in all the time. So let's solve this inequality. So I'm going to take care of the hard part for you here. Negative 15. Alright, so to solve this, start by subtracting 3. Negative 3x is less than or equal to negative 18. Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. And we get x, so we divided by a negative, right? So we need to switch our sign here. So greater than or equal to, it's like 6. So basically we're just identifying all of the values here that are bigger than or equal to 6, because if it's bigger than or equal to 6, then it will work to make this a true inequality, or make the inequality true for that value, and it would be a part of the solution set. So we're going to check A. A is 6. Is 6 greater than or equal to 6? Well, 6 is equal to 6, right? So we know that that's part of our solution set. So A will go as a part of it. Remember, if it's smaller than 6, well then it's not part of the solution set. So you are just using that info to place each number in its correct box here. Alright, so that's just a quick bit of examples for how to get through today's assignment. So use the examples I gave you here in order to help you through with the rest of your assignment. I believe there is an IXL to get done after that, T8. Alright, so thanks and have a great day.